Welcome everyone, I'm Dale and this is Cinema Historia. An eccentric man, an invisible rabbit, and a local sanatorium. This week we're going back to 1950 for a comedy drama film called Harvey. Starring James Stewart, Josephine Hall, Peggy Dow, and Charles Drake. And this is directed by Henry Koster. So where does our story begin this week? Well, it begins with Elwood P. Dowd, played by James Stewart. He's an eccentric man whose best friend is an invisible 6 foot 3.5 inch tall white rabbit named Harvey. Now Elwood spends most of his time taking Harvey around town, drinking at various bars, and introducing Harvey to almost everyone he meets. Much to the puzzlement of strangers though, Elwood's friends have accepted Harvey's supposed existence. His older sister Vida, played by Josephine Hall, and his niece Myrtle May live with him in his large estate. Unfortunately, they have become social outcasts along with Elwood due to his obsession with Harvey. After Elwood ruins a party Vida and Myrtle May had arranged in secret, Vida tries to have him committed to the local sanatorium. Vida admits to the attending psychiatrist, Dr. Lyman Sanderson, that she sees Harvey every once in a while herself. Mistaking Vida as the real mental case, Sanderson has Elwood released and Vida locked up. Dr. Chumley, head of the sanatorium, discovers the mistake and realizes he must bring Elwood back. Searching the town, Chumley eventually tracks Elwood to his favorite bar, Charlie's. After several rounds of drinks, Chumley has left Elwood alone at the bar and wandered off with Harvey. So, is there really a 6 foot 3.5 inch tall white rabbit named Harvey? Is Elwood the only sane person in our story, and does everyone else need to be locked up? This is a great movie. The original Broadway production of Harvey by Mary Chase opened on November 1st, 1944 at the 48th Street Theater. It ran for 1,775 performances and won the Pulitzer Prize in Drama in 1945. Ranked number 7 on the American Film Institute's list of the 10 greatest films in the genre of fantasy in June of 2008. And winning 2 awards and 4 nominations in 1951 to prove it. In many interviews, James Stewart actually referred to the role of Elwood P. Dowd as his favorite. It's one of mine as well. He does the part really well, actually. I've got a couple of trivia questions this week, and the first one, was there a vehicle in this film that was rather unique? Was there a vehicle in this film that was rather unique? And what was the largest Easter egg ever made? What was the largest Easter egg ever made? So, a little more history and the answer to our trivia questions coming up next. Now, since our story centers around a white rabbit, and I have a white rabbit, and it's close to Easter, I thought it might be interesting to do some Easter history. So the Easter Bunny. According to some sources, the Easter Bunny first arrived in America in the 1700s with German immigrants who settled in Pennsylvania. They transported their tradition of egg-laying hare called Osterhase. The children made nests in which this creature could lay its colored eggs. The custom eventually spread across the U.S., and the fabled rabbit's Easter morning deliveries expanded to include chocolate and other types of candy and gifts. Decorated baskets replaced nests, and children would often leave out carrots for the bunny in case he got hungry from all the hopping. Decorated eggs for Easter is a tradition that dates back to at least the 13th century. The egg, an ancient symbol of a new life, was a forbidden food during fasting. So people would paint and decorate them to mark the end of fasting and then eat them on Easter as a celebration. Easter egg hunts and egg rolling are two popular traditions in the US. The White House Easter egg roll, a race in which children push decorated hard-boiled eggs across the White House lawn, is an annual event held on the Monday after Easter. The first official White House egg roll hunt occurred in 1878. In New York City, the Easter parade tradition dates back to the mid-1800s. After church service, the upper crust, which is not me, but sometimes I get a little crusty, the upper crust would stroll down Fifth Avenue showing off their new spring outfits and hats. White Easter lilies symbolize the Easter holiday, a common decoration in churches and homes. Lilies are native to Japan and were brought to England in 1777, but they found their way to the US during World War I. Egg dances. Yes, egg dance requires dancing among eggs while keeping them undamaged. In some cases, they used blindfolds. I guess if they wanted scrambled eggs after the dance. Easter is the second best-selling candy holiday in America after Halloween. Chocolate eggs date back to early 19th century Europe. And over 16 billion jelly beans are made in the US each year for Easter, enough to fill a giant egg measuring 89 feet high and 60 feet wide. Wow. And the answer to our trivia questions this week: was there a vehicle in this film that was rather unique? Kind of neat. Dr. Chumley in this film used a 1942 Cadillac limousine in this film, and it was the last model sold before the advent of World War II. And what was the largest Easter egg ever made? Well, this is according to my research. The largest Easter egg ever made was 25 feet high and weighs over 8,000 pounds. What a toothache. It was built out of chocolate and marshmallow and supported by an internal steel frame. Wow. I think you'll find this movie very enjoyable. If you enjoyed the movie review I did on Arsenic and Old Lace, it also has Josephine Hall in that movie, and she plays a very similar role in both movies. She was a great stage actress. They had a lot of fun making this film. As a joke, the cast and crew would often set a chair for the title character at lunch and order him something to eat. And as of 2022, the only actor from the main cast that is still living is Peggy Dow, who played Nurse Kelly, and of course, Harvey. I hope you like my videos, and if you do, could you help keep my passion alive and subscribe? Oh, what's that? Oh, I gotta go. Elwood tells me Harvey's gone missing. He probably just followed someone else home. Happy Easter, everyone. Hope to see you back next week.